Hella busy, everybody, and so are we. Game up! One more ride in the TP League group stage for Group B. Second place up for grabs. We have the answer. It is no Blade Master. It is a Fascia with a relatively fast tech. Soin at the bottom left-hand side and 1-2-0 with the DK. There's been a little more variety in this matchup as well. People are throwing together new builds and new openers. But we stick with ghouls, no Ted Fiends, as 1-0 displayed before. And then it's about creeping. Level 2 on both sides. Important. More important on the undead side, of course. You really want to achieve that movement speed advantage on level 2. And here on Turtle Rock, it is relatively easy to get to level 2, but Fascia, especially a fast build, can still cause some trouble. So, how many coils can he force? How many ghouls can he threaten? Not too many thus far. You try this, of course, over and over again against players like Happy, which you constantly face. And their last hits are impossible. Maybe not here. Solid chip damage thus far. Playing around it. And once again, 1-0 with the last hit. Not even too much damage. DK 2/3, that's fine. Ghouls rotated out, that's also very fine. One more last. Is there a chance? Good zoning for 1-0. Little misclick maybe. Ghoul didn't follow through. Coil through the forest though. Nicely done. And so there's 0 XP on the Fascia. That's not too uncommon. Ouch. That's not too uncommon. Creeping will be slowed down with all the ghouls hurt. But now tier 2 is done, and then the game opens for Soin. Wait a minute. Ooh, 1-0 with the skull. Against poison damage and chip damage, not too bad. But Soin is still here, and this must be the first kill. No, that's another coil. Maybe a bit unlucky. He got a little bit. He got like 1 kill somewhere. Yeah, there's no way he gets the not overseers there. Worst case coil, but... Oh, again. Loses the gamble. Sick, clean gameplay for the Necromancer with lots of summons, with lots of ghouls. Just creeps in his face, and Soin is not looking too happy. Shadow Hunter out, Mass Wyvern plus tier 3. As we've said a couple of times in the past, Soin is appreciating the lamer lifestyle a little bit recently. Sometimes with TC and Shockwave into undead bases even. One 2-0 still has to catch up and tech. Ultra fast tier 3, and now we bug the golem. Man, I haven't seen that in a long time. 1-0. Not responding to it. The ogre is following. And is now trapped in that base. Can be creeped with. Wow, he anticipated this. Okay, red spot gone. That's no objective anymore. Claws plus 12. That would have helped before. And that's the biggest camp of the map gone. Wyvern now. Everything's accelerating. Not opting for a Hex Wyvern timing play. You sell Claws plus 12? Yeah, it's a choice, but Farseer, nor Shadowhunter, nor a later TC are known for their damage, unlike a Lich, Blade Master, etc. And the gold value is really good. Like, you get 2 Wyvern for the Claws plus 12. And with Envenomed Spears down the road, like, Envenomed Spears damage will be much more than the plus 12. But for creeping, plus 12 is sick. Well, for creeping, plus 2 Wyvern is also very sick. Now we transition into Bats. And Bats is a hard to sustain army. Very expensive. And here we go. Into the base, but 1-0 was more than ready for this. Got a Spirit Tower up, got a Nerub Tower up, got the Gargoyles up. Clearly doing his homework. Finally a level 2, maybe another Chain Lightning to threaten these workers. And that worked extraordinarily well. Not a single Wyvern lost, damage done, 4 Acolytes, and that's the exclamation mark. Four Acolytes is a lot, and it's also hard to recover from. This takes forever now. Soin knows. A slap in the face of 1-0. This is gonna be even better with higher level Chain Lightning. And creeping is rather slow in comparison for the undead. He has an orb, that's fine. Mana potion here, also very fine. So I'm really focused. This is the level of play that you need on the biggest stage against the biggest opponents. Now he got the levels, lacks a bit of HP, gets the flute. Oh boy. Plus a TP. This economy of 1-2-0 is once again a threat. He's playing this one base, no expo anywhere, and 1-2-0 has no TP. He couldn't afford a TP. One Acolyte down immediately. 2 towers. They gotta hold the fort. Sprinting back. 1 ghoul lost to the creeps. 1-2-0's in trouble. In a lot of trouble. And this is just, again, just like against Fortitude. 1-2-0 losing his haunted gold mine. If there's no miracle. Bats are connecting, Garks are gone. And there's another Chain Lightning soon, isn't there? Heal wave there. 1-2-0 holds, but the losses are absurd. Shadowhunter survives on 14. Now what? The Haunted is up. It's still mining. Lots of corpses. But all that's left is 4 ghouls and 2 statues. How long can 1-2-0 resist these pushes? Oh, missing an Acolyte. Ah, producing it now. And when does he stabilize? Being in no upkeep is helpful. And mining slower might help him in the late game. What's the play now, Soin? Doubling down and go into bats once again? Because there's no armor. I think as long as there is no armor upgrades, he can play this style 1 base. Frost armor 2. What? Really? Okay. Game on a knife's edge here. Lots of scouting going on. Orb on DK is a choice, it's not a mistake, I think. Against air, works against the drakes at the fountain, works against Wyvern. Someone's at 60 and switching to Raiders. Raiders, Bats, Wyvern. If you cast Frost Armor on the unit where the bat is detonating on, that is very helpful. I still doubt it's worth not going Nova to, though. It's just 1 armor extra. Might push him... Does it push him over the line? From 2 to 3 bats? I don't think so. Fascinating how 1-0 is closing the supply gap, playing a very good defensive game, not giving Soin any openers, and he's an upkeep. Peon slide though. Map is empty. It's all about the fights now. 1-0, are you ready? With only 1 armor upgrade? Is that the fight? Speed scroll engagement! 1-0 is getting caught with that end snare! Oh no, what a disaster! Bats are connecting, but there's still units in the air. Focus fire needs to be good. Lich at 50%. Feel like a lot of that damage was ending up on the Lich. And this is a bit of a botched fight here so far. Need a little bit of recovery. Lich in trouble still. Chain Lightning. Invo Potion to the rescue. And that Nova is only level 1, but it's still strong. So in 44 food, it's getting... Oh! Oof, 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 oof. A lag in that fight. Oh no. Oh no! I don't know what the mana says for 1-0. I think they reconnected and paused, no? Oof. In the afternoon hours, 1-0 was suffering from some lag for weeks now. We don't know either because you changed the scene. Do you think I'm in charge of this production? Can't do anything. Soin was ahead, but the game wasn't done. I could, like, if it's really a disconnect, I could see this being a win for Soin. There would have been lots of losses in the next couple of seconds on both sides. I'd say there's a good case that Soin gets the map. If it's really a disconnect. Soin had it, clearly. I'm not the admin. I'm not doing anything. I'm not saying anything. Tense. I don't want to be an admin now. Still the question if it's a clear-cut disconnect or if they somewhat recovered. This would never happen if Microsoft gives Warcraft 3 their servers. We're playing on Flow TV and you know, on Flow servers, and do you know? Oh, Soin gets the win! Soin gets the win. We might not have gotten the last moment of the game, but we get the result. Obviously not the way you want to win. Little unsatisfied here. But Soin won 0-1-0. Yep. Soin 1-0. First map is over. Super ultra fast tech into Wyvern. That is understandable. Slay is translating, I think, a bit from the Chinese streams. 1-0 felt like he's losing and it was him disconnecting, so the admins so he admits defeat. Nice. Thanks. Yeah, what I was about to say, where do you think the Flow servers are running on? The War 3 Champion servers. We are partially operating on Microsoft servers. Ooh. This needs quite a recovery for 1-0. Imagine the winner of TP League December going into the first round of Ascension. And we said it's a possibility. Soin has it in him. On a good day, especially in this matchup, he's exquisite. Oof. Yeah, this might take a moment. So we make sure that 1-0's internet is stable enough. Crazy how these base dives and greedy mass air-ins rarely work against Happy, but against 1-0 they clearly did. Oh boy, was he out of position twice. Humanity is about to conquer Mars and we have still internet issues in a 20-year-old game. We have bigger issues on this planet than internet issues in a 20-year-old game. And it feels like we're getting the game in a second. About to conquer Mars is also kind of funny. But yeah, believe, bro, believe. I wish we lived in a world where internet issues were the worst things we had to worry about. That's right. All right, Hammerfall in this matchup, to be honest. I don't have much game tape from Undead versus Orc on Hammerfall. Not really sure what the meta is. I guess in Soin's mind, he can just do the same again. I always wonder, isn't there a way to exploit this ultra greedy tier 3? There must be a way. Like, you're basically teching to tier 3 without building a single unit. But Farseer is strong. Soin, one map away from rank 2 in a group with Fortitude and 120 and Remind. Doing it once is one thing. Being able to repeat that shows class. And it's the Farseer again. I would say this is by far the best matchup of Soin. I feel like he's gotten a lot better versus Night Elf in the other matchups. He's not among the world best, but in Orc vs Undead, he absolutely is. 120 needs a little miracle and a stable internet connection. We have the very, very same build again. With an early war mill for early lumber. And also the same on 120's side. With the safety narrow, with the DK. Where can I find a guide for build orders? Warcraft-gym.com. Best source for that. Soin is about to knock out 120 into the first phase of Ascension. Crazy. Expecting the Farseer. Wolves are nibbling a little. And once again, we got the early game skill check. Is 120 deterred from the loss on game 1? So far, not really. Ghoul under attack, and there was a little bit of miss micro, I feel. Forces another coil. With every coil, the chances for Soin to get a creep increases. And already two... couple of skeletons, I guess. Going to Soin. Not too bad. Better than game 1. Wait. He's doing this similar creep again that he did on Concealed. We see more and more skull creeping by 120. You don't see it too well yet, but there is a skull, there is Blight for increased HP regen, but it's also a ghoul kill. Denied, but it's a ghoul kill, and the DK is trapped. Guys, there's no TP. He's still trapped. Soin is realizing this, trying to fight out. Wolf reposition, and utter disaster for 120. Wolves had to be resummoned though, but this is so much HP gone. And now last hit. This is huge. This is huge. He got it. 2.2 only on 120. 1.7 on Soin. This is so much better than Concealed. And that was a win already. OMG. OMG. 1.9. So insane. 120 is struggling big time. With levels, with ghouls. Every ghoul kill is of course either less lumber or less creeping. And we are getting closer to an upset. Soin's on the way to tier 3. The early greed wasn't punished, it was rewarded. 120 needs levels. Why we're not coming? On this map, no big red spot to abuse. Wait. Was that the Taskmaster from the Natural? What? No, can't be. Maybe I'm seeing ghosts. Levels don't add up really. Tier 3 is almost done. 6 minutes 35 tier 3. Is there a different spin to the strat? Maybe a tiny somewhere? Or to just brute force mass wyvern? It was the Taskmaster? But aren't the levels too low for that? I don't know. But the tier 3 is coming together regardless. Envenom spears, attack upgrades, 50 food, no tier 3 hero. And 120 is a bit hurt. Got 3 and 4 heroes, but at least he's home. Gargoyle is there. Oh, coiled. Okay, one got hexed. The others kind of need to be sniped. Shadowhunter a bit out of position. Farseer gets level 3. This is again big damage. Bats are connecting. Shadowhunter, can he stay a little while longer? Can't be nuked here. Can't afford that loss. He can afford a couple of losses, but this is 1 wyvern down and the bat, of course, for 3 acolyte, 3 ghouls and 2 gargs. No acolytes were harmed in this attack, and that is good news for all 120 fans. Orb up. No third hero yet. More creeping. Was that enough damage? The supply lead is good. It's established. It's there. But the recovery from this is also not too cheap. Need another TP. Need to replenish a wyvern. Maybe 2. And he's going for level 4 CORSAIR, isn't he? Banking a little, grabbing up some items, selling them again, go for the base with the TP. It's also ready to break upkeep. Is 1-0 fast enough? This time he plays it more carefully. Carries the TP at all times. Alchemist third, the happy way. This is more fragile than game 1. Another taskmaster going down. Creepcraft. There's lots of mana on 1-0, but not the best spells just yet. Level 4. He was waiting for that level 2 chain lightning, which is perfect to attack acolytes. There we go. 1 echo, 2 echoes. Oh, he perfected this. 3 of them. Make it 4. Can he make it 5? Not really. A bat was connecting on top to kill a Garg. 2 wyvern down though. He's trying to grind 1-0 down. These attacks won't stop. Of course, also TP traded. Currently, there's a 400 gold difference. And we're not back to 5 workers yet. Ooh, Hex to prevent Coil. I don't know. I don't know. Coil Nova is reigning supreme. There's no big supply lead this time. He didn't threaten the haunted gold mine this time. Everything seems to be a bit too expensive now. But of course, the wyvern harass never really stops. Couple of kills. Always. That's not accomplishing too much. I feel like unlike on Concealed, where Soin was in a dominant position the entire time and could play the game from there, this game he might need a tiny. Good place. 1-0 recovery. Despite the Sasquatch steal, despite 4 acolytes dying, it feels like 1-0 took control of this. All he needs is defense upgrades. And there is no tiny. Great recovery, 1-0. That's the skill of a world-class player. Bring a game back. Even against all odds. And Soin can't take a direct fight. It's impossible. Yep. I probably said something very bad now. Hopefully not, you know. 1-0 is always in control. Always in position. He's never getting fooled anymore. And a way better game. Soin There was 1.5 games of nice little wyvern play, but what now? I always feel like it's gotta be time for a tiny. But maybe it's not. Like, he had 600 gold at one point, but then 1-0 was in the north. It didn't really work out. He's just doing nothing at the moment. Oh, 1-0 covering the right-hand side with the shade. Yeah, if he keeps on tracking that army. What's Soin realistically going to do? And that is a game winner now. 3rd defend upgrade. Renders Bad Riders useless. Coil Nova, pretty much an insta-kill. And obviously, that can be spammed. Yeah, 1-0 with the perfect solution. And Soin knows this is not easy. I don't know where to attack. You outmaneuver me. You're always there. For once, that is an issue now, as lumber in general for 1-0 is lower for that 3rd defend upgrade, which costs like 325 or something. That is a lot. It doesn't want to engage. No, 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 no. Gargs have a way higher chance to live in just a minute. $3k gold still left, but yeah, it feels like we're all a bit clueless. 1-0 is super comfortable at 50 food. And it's a big army, but it's not an overwhelming army. And the damage of bats is already this low. Then we got heal scrolls. We can nuke a couple of bats out of the air. I don't really see a realistic chance. We got an expo coming up now, but it's not a tiny. It's a normal one. It takes forever. But Soin is making sure that 1-0 can never expand. But yeah, we're getting into upkeep now. It's time to move, it's time to act, it's time to tie this up. Soin missed the timing. Big time. Now everything is in position. Now everything is set in stone. He's ready for hero nukes as well with the double invuln. And that is the easiest cancel of 1-0's life. Definitely easier than his tiny Great Hall cancel against Lyn a couple of years ago. That was sick. And of course, you can't fight in an undead base. No way! The Deados are alright, but they're still destroyers and they're still Gargs and they tear Wyvern apart. Wolves, of course, no meaning no more. With the arrival of all these Destros, Raiders being caught by Coil Nova. This easy mode now. This is easy mode now. And he wanted this. And he's still going bats. Okay, now he cancels bats again. He's at 50. Shoe a bit on the other foot, but it's only 1200 gold. Now he's breaking again. It's odd. Okay, maybe he feels like he has to, because 120 is here, and 120 is ready to close this out.
一位玩家的部队正遭到攻击。
Not only do we have 3 defend upgrades, we also have the frost armor on air units. They are unkillable by bats. Slow and steady demise. I think we all know it. Less stand here. Couple of bats falling, but acid bomb on Wyvern is so freaking good. 2 heroes, 3 heroes that can attack. Air units as well with the DK, having the orb, and 120 with the magic trick of letting all of Soin's army disappear. No more Nova though. Destroyers are fighting into burrows. Wait a minute. Is there a chance? Against Tri-Hero Undead, it's limited. It was an ambitious fighting position for 120. But it's still, like, in the end, it's still this damn Tri-Hero combo with the statues in the back. We waited a minute and it was clear. 120 takes this, and not only is the group stage win gonna be decided by 1 map, also the second place is gonna be decided by 1 map. Soin takes the lead, 120 ties it up, and now we're gonna decide this group on Tidehunters. Nice to see. 120 wins his map pick. The neutral pick was still won by Soin. So even though Hammerfall didn't work out that way, Tidehunters still might. And Soin, the question now is, can you again play this build but better? Or are you a one-trick pony and 120 figured you out? Did you know you can anti-magic shield on a Destro? It will soak half the damage of the bats. Well, you can't put anti-magic shield on a Destro, but you can put it on a statue and then morph him, and then it's basically that. That's right. High stakes now. 1 map saves you the first round in the Ascension phase this weekend. And Tidehunters. Tidehunters, the map where Soin took the War 3 championship of Happy, right? Not a bad map historically for him. But I gotta feel that Soin has to put a spin on things. Something has to be different, because 120 is too ready for the cookie cutter. And it might just be an expansion. I'm very like, either you break the undead before he's at 0-3 upgrades. I also like the frost armor a lot that 120 is building, by the way. Or you expand. But one base, especially when you're on upkeep, that doesn't fly. Landhouse CH, thank you for the sub. 45 month already, man. Closing in on the 4 years. Appreciate it. Understandable if both are taking a little bit of a break. Just reset your mind, reset your nerves, open the window, bit of fresh air. It would be a big disappointment for 120 to not get at least second. And while he's at the ascension phase, or in the ascension phase, he could meet people like Focus. He could meet people like Starbuck, Colorful, Lin, Moon, Infi. It's not guaranteed that 120 is reaching the playoffs. Yeah. I think that's safe to say, like, it's not guaranteed that 120 is reaching the playoffs. Crazy. Crazy. And that's the extra factor of the ascension phase. Still waiting for games to start. I'm deliberately moving away from the scene, so they will start now. One to zero having issues again. I guess they started already. With that, in 2 days, we have another weekly cup. Happy and Starbuck are already qualified for the monthly finals. We want to see new faces, fresh new blood. And while I start this advertisement for the weekly cup, here is the game, everybody. The last map of Group B. 40 wins it. Who follows? And what's left in the tank for Soin? 120 upper left hand side. After yesterday, a group stage win was realistic. The round of 8 was close. And then there was 40. And then there was Soin. And all of a sudden, he might end up third. It is a CORSAIR, it is a Warmill, it is a super fast tech, it is the same build for Soin again. 120 also, with what we've seen before, DK ghouls. How do you outmaneuver someone who pretty much tore you apart on map 2? I feel like it's a little bit missing, that Soin adds more variety to his play. Feels like he's a bit stubborn. He thinks this one strat is working. I'm gonna brute force the strat. Is that still the case? Alex 612411, thank you very much for the 49 month. B2W, yeah. I say Alex, yeah. A lot comes down to the early harass, but not everything. We saw the harass on Hammerfall, it was really good. Here on Tidehunters, I'd say to someone with the skills of 120 level 2 should be guaranteed. With the turtles here, would be a disaster if he's losing that last hit. Ooh, there was a chance. There was a chance. Wolf is scouting left, Wolf is attacking skeletons. But so far, nothing was claimed. Next turtle up for grabs. once again. All 120 so far. Not even too many units dead. Or hurt. He's waiting in anticipation. Moving back onto the Blight to make use of HP regen, especially on the DK. Love to see it. To counter the chip damage of a Farseer with positioning. Oh, speaking of positioning, he's a bit trapped there. Good wolf movement. But there's so many ghouls, there's so many skeletons. Really hard to defend, but now there's no DK. The one true skill check now. Skeleton number 1 dead. Number 2 goes for the creeps. Oh, DK gets it, but he's so hurt. He has no TP. He's dead. Is he not? He coils his way out, gets the aura. Can he walk it off? He needs to walk this off. 1 more hit. 2 more hits maybe. Wolves to the left-hand side. I gotta outmaneuver him. He says hello. Now the wolves say hello. 120 loses his level 2 hero. And the door to rank 2 in Group B for Soin is wide open now. Not celebrating just yet, but that was big. Getting blocked by a wolf, positioning himself in a surround. Ay, ay, ay. No death pact either. A little too brave. Worst position. Level 2 unlocked and then die. This will also delay the Lich. Tier 3 tech running. Beastry is coming. Shadow Hunter once again. Soin is certain that this is working. The ghouls were in position. If he moves to the left hand side, surrounds the Farseer, forces the town portal, he's safe. But that's the greedy undead play of selling town portals early for a lot of Lords of Necromancy. Big consumables now. 120 has to play it a little more conservative than before. His items are great. Double mantle, and again we're bugging a creep. Ooh, Soin, little abuser. I have not seen this on Tidehunter before. Genza, thank you for the 20 months. Nice. I have not seen this on Tidehunter before. This is so safe. If the burrows are not getting the last hit, and they don't. Yo, on Concealed there was a thing. Not bad, not bad. Both once more with very similar teams. Except the 1-0 is massively delayed. Tier 3 is halfway done. Lich only coming up now. As I said, items really good. Aeroplane Blues with 102 months of a sub streak. That's such a long time, man. That's such a long time. Soin just wanted a little turtle pet in his base. Prime Walker 3 Entertainment today, as always. Aeroplane, absolute sweetheart. Almost here since day 1. Gorgeous. It's 8.5 years or something. Sick. Off we go. The big moments. Takes out the Garg almost, but the coil is there to the rescue. But the Hex is lasting forever on units, and the Garg is dead. But at what cost? Chain Lightning, Hex, all involved. Soin is blasting through his mana. Can't stop the next ad, by the way. It's a lot about creeping now. Hero levels, tier 3, try hero. And keeping the base safe. That's the play for 120. Soin knows how far ahead he is at the moment. Taking turtle spots away from his opponent. Take the consumables away. Begin the push. Not bad. We saw how important it is to be able to stay longer in the undead base to buy a little bit of time. And these consumables open up a little bit of a longer holiday in Undead City. Still not over. Murloc up for grabs. We're fighting for creeps. Again. Oh, Soin. A little bit of a detour. Knows if the army is here, your base might be exposed. And your reinforcement line. Yep. That might be it. And Farseer Shadowhunter, keep this under control. 120 might be wondering, like, where are you? What are you doing? And there's again no TP. There must be a spirit tower somewhere. I really hope there is. Darks are here. Bats counter 1. Focus fire counters 2. Oh, who claims air superiority? Darks down. And now the floodgates are open. Ghouls falling. Acolytes on a silver platter. Mining denied. Envenomed Spears. Wyvern is a super powerful unit. And Soin. It's not pretty. It's not pretty the way he wins. But a W is a W and that's all that matters. The dirtiest orc in the game, and that says something. Another kill. Let's make it 3. This has to be game over. The question remains, can you make 120 tap out? Or do you want to go for a tiny now, finally? It's incredible how 120 was caught off guard and how highly he prioritized this rat spot. It was a little bit obvious when the wyvern disappeared. It's just one kill after the next. It's the critical Wyvern Mass. Also getting the first attack upgrade, always. Holy moly, Dargok with the $50 dono. Are you mad, dude? Thank you so much. Thanks for being awesome and constantly providing content. Straight to the heart, my dude. At the pocket. But apparently this isn't over yet. A bit more passive play. And now shoes on the other foot. Now, Soin's army isn't combined. And 120 is to a degree stabilizing. It is, by the way, a 1,000 gold difference in the mine. Is it just me or is 120 gaining quite some momentum? 4-3 heroes, Alchemist out. Income should more or less be the same with Soin being an upkeep. Oh my god, you can't lose this game anymore. The echo damage was insane. There's no armor upgrade yet, and that is probably the big difference compared to the game prior. Soin is committing. He has a TP, he has a heal scroll. All the other consumables were used before. A little bit of a reposition. Onto the Haunted Gold Mine we go. If Acolytes go close, we have a Chain Lightning ready in the pocket. And that's the Haunted Gold Mine gone again. Chain Lightning onto Acolytes. Yep, no more income. Bats are committed. Level 4, and that's the TP out. He did a ton of damage. It says 8 Acolytes dead? Is there even a single one left? No, it's not. He barely has the gold to rebuild. Oh, there we go. One. I can't believe my eyes. Huge move by Soin.
玩家的部队正遭
Big commitment, of course. Loses 3 bats and a wyvern. That is so affordable. Getting the haunted mine back is taking forever. And this can be cancelled over and over and over again. We got a chain lightning. Ghouls, acolytes, again exposed. Haunted won't be coming back. Acolytes falling. Soin with the upset of the tournament if all things go according to plan. Heal wave is here, TP out. Of course, don't give 1-0 an opening. Loses 2 wyvern. 1 only, really? Saves the other then. And slowly but steady 1-0 is running out of gold. Needs to rebuild an acolyte. At least this game he's not supply blocked. And Soin doesn't have an expansion up himself. But I'd assume soon. 29 food only. That's it. No way. No way you can fight this straight up. There's not a single consumable. All you gotta do is click on the heroes, get the kill in. That's the hex. That's what you do best. A chain lightning could seal the deal. That is it. DK dead for the second time. Soin with a major win. Second place Group B. Not many people believe that. Everybody said it's gonna be 1-0 or it's gonna be Fortitude, and we don't even have to discuss if there's a big chance, but he does it in his best matchup with a great performance. A dirty style, but who cares? If it's working, it's working. 1-0 knew what's coming. And he couldn't stop it. Split wyvern into the base. And the wyvern micro against the gargoyles was great. Great. That is tremendous. Second round of Ascension guaranteed for Soin. He's not gonna be eliminated first in these group stages. And 1-0